In this video, I would be explaining you how did I do full marathon with just 2 months of practice and how was my training, how does my training looks like, and what was my experience before the training period, and uh, how was my marathon experience. So grab some coffee or tea and do some productive works like drawing, painting, walking, or running, or do some productive works. My first training session was on 27th October 2025. After running, how I felt is that my head started to spin. Then I wondered how can I do um, the full marathon when I am even not able to do 5K properly. So I reached home. Then I saw a video which has a title like "Running a Marathon Taught Me the Biggest Lesson in My Life." And he was running 10Ks and he was doing it in an easier manner, but I wasn't able to do that. But he has already done half marathon before, but I haven't even done 5K before. So just think, my first week was jam packed with 5 kilometers run in each and every training dance. So I ran 4 runs the first week, and I tried to do 5 kilometer, but then I felt like running 10 kilometers in every run, but I just ran 5 kilometers. But I was running at the pace of 6 is to 20 kilometer uh, uh, pace, I think. Pace. I don't know if it is fast or slow, but I just wanted to push myself harder a lot because I know whatever things I'm doing, I need to do 10 times in order to reach my full marathon expectation. I was doing with the slippers, but then what I plan to do is that I think if I am running with the shoes, with the running shoes, my runs would be good. So I went and bought a shoe brand called Nivea, which is of 2000 rupees. When I wear it for the first time and when I ran, it was like wearing a lava shoe. So I felt it, yeah, my feet was burning like anything as it was emitting heat. But after some runs, I got hang of it. Oh, it went for the first week. My sixth run was 7 kilometers, and then my eighth run was 9, and then for the next 3 runs, I tried to maintain it to 10 kilometer. But during those 10 kilometers, I felt like running 20 kilometers. But I know that I'm doing really good. But I know I had to do obviously 4 times. During my third week, I ran my first 15 kilometer, and it was during my 11th run, I think. And during my 13th run, I did my first half marathon, which is, to be precise, exactly 20 days from my first day of training. I did normal 15Ks and 10Ks some days, and in the next 10 days, I did my second half marathon, and back to back, I did half marathon, two half marathon in the fourth week. I think I felt pretty, what to say, confident, and also I was sure that I am damn great. I'm doing damn great than anyone else in the planet. But you know what? Obviously, in order to do half full marathon, it's nothing. So I tried to push even harder. I started feeling knee pain, calf pain, and Sometimes, you know what, doing those 10 kilometers was getting difficult for me because I had those injuries, and some days I get bored. I'm also then I was experimenting with my run strategy. I was doing a lot of things. I tried to run slow, fast, steady, and I tried to do all of those things. Even until now, I don't know what is PR. I don't know what is tempo run. From my fourth week, I had I had what to say, my goal was to do 50 kilometer per week, but I averaged it around 41 to 45 kilometer per week due to pain, boredom, weakness, or the laziness, all those stuff. And around 40% of my runs, it was just to show up, and I was not taking performance into account. Mid of December, I planned to do my first 30K. So my goal was to do at least 30K before my full marathon event, which is on January 4th, I think. And then I plan to recover after then. But I pushed a lot. I did my half marathon. Then uh, I I I did 25K. I could have done 30K, but it was like I was having those that boredom as I was doing all of my runs in solo. So that's the thing, I wasn't able to do 30K. And during my those training session, I completed around 40 kilometers of running. Yeah, my training period was just 2 months. In 2 months, I had to prepare for my full marathon. I watched movies like Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all those parts. I watched Creed, Southpaw, Dragon Ball Z, and Born to Fight, all those kind of sporting and fighting movie. I saw a great film called Young Women and the Sea. Yeah, yeah, I watched those movies, and then I watched Casey Neistat's video where he does a lot of runnings. He is a great runner, and he does some films on that, like do great things, do it anyway, like those. Yeah, it was hell of a video. I liked it. It was classic, and uh, I thought I was able. Then during my runs, I just remember my haters and the critics they made on me. So it helped me to push forward on myself. I'm I want to make sure those damn guys get down into knees in front of me. So I trained in order to make them feel bad. Uh, they even told me that you can't, if you happen to get in a fight with someone, you will be beaten to like anything. But I didn't reply at the time. So um, I know when to reply, and I am not a talky guy. I'm a walky guy. My training habits were um, how to say, I drank 2 liters of water every day. I didn't eat or drink during runs. Yeah, that cost me like uh, if I felt hunger, then I wouldn't be able to run after then. So I stopped the run, and just I would go to my house and then I would eat. I'm a vegan. I, I don't even eat egg. Uh, I don't even eat those kind of whey proteins, carbohydrates, nutrients, vitamins. I don't know any hell of those things. I just eat what I got prepared in my house. Yeah, that's it. I don't even eat egg cake. I but I love cakes. Uh, if it is eggless, then I would be the first one to grab that. I would sleep by 11 p.m. and I would walk by 6 a.m. And my training was like balanced training with work. Sometimes I would even do half marathon. Then I would go to work. So yeah, sometimes you had to do all of those things at the same time. I didn't even think about anything like weather condition. If it is even I had to run in sun, I would do. Even after taking meal, I ran some days. Um, but I just limited my run to what to say 10 kilometers. I ran in rain. I did, and even you see, I had to cycle 2 kilometers from my house to the training ground. But it was sometimes it was very difficult. Made me bored, made me lazy to get started with my training. So what I did is that some days I even started running from my house. So at the time I had to deal with those dogs. So if I see any dogs, I would just pretend like I'm walking. Then after crossing the dog, and then I would start to run. After some, I even added like strengthening to my training. But the fun thing is, I just started to do from the December 10th, just before 3 weeks before my full marathon. I should have done it uh, well earlier. And sometimes I even felt stitch pain. I felt just before 1 week before my full marathon. I got worried about that, and so for that I asked to pros why does it happen. That he explained me it happened because you are not hydrating yourself. So like that he told. But uh, sometimes yeah, he was correct. But you see, I didn't ask much of what to say much of any pro advice from the pros, because I want to do stuff on my own. I want to learn all those things on my own. For some things you need to ask pros if you want to do your big things. My training days and were like 80% of those were running, and 10% were like strengthening, and the 5% was cycling, and 5% of those run like was consisting like run plus walk. And yeah, that's so. And many people doubted me, and most of them, what to say, they told me not to do full marathon if you haven't done even 10K before. But you know what, most of them were telling for my own good. So I really appreciate they came forward to advise me. But I stayed committed to myself in order to in my training. So but somewhere, what to say, they want me to fail. So they told, you can't do anything, you are useless, like that they were. But I just throw the trash on them and just went on to do my stuffs. So before marathon I had the chance to what to say, downgrade to shorter races. And but I refused. I chose to continue with the full marathon despite knowing the risk. Now it's the second part, which is before training period. How was I am? And you know what? I have never been to gym in my lifetime. I ate simple food, avoided dinner after 7 p.m. If I had to eat anything after 7 p.m., then I would just go with the fruits. And yeah, obviously, as you know, I am a vegan, and and I did cycling. and my max rate was 110 kilometers, where I participated in an event called Mass Cyclothon, which is for road safety awareness in Chennai. So I cycled it, and you know what? But after then, actually, I really like to do cycling. But after then, I stopped doing cycling, like those endurance thing in India, because there's a really a good reason for it, where which I would tell you in my next podcast or the upcoming podcast. Why I stopped cycling a lot, like the endurance thing. But you know what? I would just I mostly use cycle for those local rides. If I had to go to shops or to railway station or bus stop, I would just use cycle as the first commute in order to reach that destination. But you know what? My first 110 kilometers, when I ride it was like it was just damn easy. And you know what? I haven't done what to say, um, 50 or 40, 30 like that. I haven't done even those things before. I just from 25, I had just gone directly to, I mm, just did 4 times of it, and my 25 kilometers was mm, from a race which is conducted by HCL, called HCL Cyclothon. For the first time, I just participated in that. But you know what? Even after doing these kind of mountain kilometers, or everyday cycle, those daily routine habits, I felt it damn hard to do this, even the first 5 kilometers of running. So that's when I realized mountain of cycling 110 kilometer cycling is not equal to 5 kilometers of running. So just think of the what to say, of the intensity, if I do 40 kilometers of running, then. But you know what, uh, by doing all these, by having these kind of routines, I just thought running 5 kilometers wouldn't be that difficult. But you know what, after doing the first training session only, I got to know the real difficulty of running, where which cycling is not that much injury prone, but running is as injury issues. I just before 4 months only, I just learned to do swimming. I was doing it consistently for 4 months. And you know what? I didn't run for 8 years, for 8 years straight. My last running event was in my school, where which I ran, and I won two medals in the home match. I rarely played badminton, and I did yoga even during in my school days only. My medical history now comes. I had knee injury, tonsillitis surgery. I'm not that physically perfect, but I'm a hard person. Some people mock me for my physical strength. But you know what? I'm short, uh, much more shorter than any person. But you know what? I am not stronger than anyone else, and I didn't swim during my training session for a good reason, because I don't want to catch cold from it. Now comes to the main part. During the full marathon session, before the marathon, I slept by 11 p.m. and I just wake by 1 a.m. before, because by 2 I had to uh, start from my house, and then by 2:30, I think I need to reach one point to get the bus, because I was in a running club. Reached Napier Bridge at 3:30, and then the race would start by 4 a.m. Uh, the route was like from Napier Bridge to Indian Maritime University. The challenges was a lot of things. But even before the race challenge, I had one big challenge, which is my gut issues. I have a pretty bad gut um, health. For some people, it's like that. So I took medicine for it. Luckily, I felt pretty good during my marathon event day. By 3:45, I reached the starting point, and then I was carrying my bag with me. Then I just asked to some people, where can I keep the bag uh, while I am running? So, and then they told that you need to carry them during your run. You can't keep your bag anywhere. There is no bag collection area like that they told. But luckily, I found my friend, and then I asked him on this. And I was not having any hope on that. But you know what? He told me there is a bag collection area. You can give your bag there, and in the end point, you will get it. So I just ran towards that, and I gave the bag. And now comes the race plan. I thought to do the normal 25K and push till 30K, as I haven't done 30K before. I'm pretty confident that I can do running plus walking till 30K, but after 30K, I just plan to 50% run and 50% walk from 30K. So, like, that means from 30K to 35K, I would run, and then from 35K to 42 kilometers, I would have to walk like that I was planning. And then the race starts, I just started to run. Then I had a lot of positive and negative thoughts, and but you know what? I just have the positive mindset. I was just having fun during that marathon, as it is my one of my dream goals to do my full marathon. As that's my one of my goal in my whole life. And my hydration plan was to just do one sip till 115 kilometer, yeah, 15 kilometers, and um, then do the things accordingly up to, because I haven't hydrated during my runs. So I really have to be careful in case of hydration. I shouldn't bother my guts. So I was I was particular on that. And that one sip was, I was feeling good, so I thought to take four sips uh, when I did 20Ks. Then I felt even comfortable, so I just slowly started to eat some stuff like oranges, grapes, or watermelon piece. Like that, I started to fuel bit by bit and then after 25K, I what to say, I refueled in each and every aid station. Um, so that's how it went. I luckily felt good during the 30K point. Some runners told that they felt a lot of humidity, but you know what? As I was running in the hot sun, I didn't feel anything. As I felt pretty strong. I didn't feel any humidity or any discomfort feeling. Yeah, that's so thanks to the sun training. But by 30K, even then I felt strong. Then and also, you know what, I was having some peer runners who were having fun while running. Like, they were shouting, laughing, speaking with their peer runners, with their friends. They had a great running session, so I just planned to mingle with them, and I just started running with them. And you know what, I just had the great I just did the great idea or the plan, which is just to have friends while running, where which I wasn't able to experience that during my training session. I did 30k easily, then it went on to 35, and then it went on to 40, and then it went on to 42k. I just nailed my full marathon like anything. I was running with my full energy, and there was nothing to stop me like that I was feeling. And but you know what? At 38 kilometers, my fellow runner he was struggling a bit, so I slowed myself into his pace, and I supported in each and every way I can, where which we had to do 2 kilometers of walking. So you know what, I can tell like I did 42k running, and then I did 2k's of 2 kilometers of walking. I did, but you know what, he could have avoided that 2 kilometers of walking, but it sometimes happens, as I told you before, sometimes even to do 5 kilometers, s- sometimes it feel a lot difficult for me. So it happened to him at the time, I think. So that is the thing. So, and you know what, I finished it by 5 hours and 10 minutes, but I could have easily done it by just 4 hours 30 minutes, but I chose to support my peer runner, and I didn't feel any bad for not finishing that early. But you know what, I just feel proud, and I feel I helped him. Sometimes uh, uh, everyone needs some help at some point. Even I might need some help during my any other events, like in Ironman upcoming, my planning to do Ironman in my upcoming years. So even I might need some help with some peer runners. Always help others, and my mindset was to never slow down too much, because if I reduce my speed, I started feeling pain in my leg, so I just want to. I just don't. I don't want to reduce my speed. I just went on with my average speed, uh, where which I didn't feel that pain. And in the finish line, I did the shoe celebration, where which I want to do it for many years in the right place and then at the right time. And I shouted like anything. Then everyone stared at me. How can you do this marathon, and how can you celebrate like this thing impacted your physicality? To be honest to the core, uh, I felt like if something enters into my heart, then even God can't stop me. So I think, in my opinion, you should have at least done 30 kilometers before doing 42. But if you dare to do things like me, then go ahead. And my final reflection, I proved many people wrong, but more importantly, I proved something to myself. Yeah, it's my dream come true, running full marathon. A person who hasn't even run 5 kilometers in his lifetime. If something truly gets into my heart, nothing can't even stop me.